We're back in time now for our Neblett, Beard, and Arsenault Legal Difference segment. Attorney Mike Koch with me this morning to chat about hiring an attorney after an accident. Mike, thanks for joining us this morning. Hope you're doing well.
Doing real well, Mark, and I thank you for having us on this morning.
No problem. Well, we'll get right to it. After an accident, what can an attorney do for me?
The first thing, they can do, or we can do various things. Our job is to make it simple for you. It is to take over whatever problem you have and just guide you through it. So what we do for people is, and it depends on, the type of case that you have, from simple to complex. If it's a simple case, assuming an auto accident, then what we do is we'll seek the medical bills, the accident report for the person. And then nowadays, what we're seeing, Mark, more and more is videos of an accident. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing like having a video to show what happened. So sometimes people on their own vehicles have videos. And then another client I had recently, he just installed one of the back cameras, where you can see what's behind you when you reverse. Uh-huh. But he didn't know it also had a camera on the front when they put it in on his mirror. So lo and behold, they were denying the accident. He downloaded it, and he saw that the other person ran a stop sign. So that's another incident. And then also, Mark, what we're seeing is we're going to locations, and nowadays, these businesses have videos outside. So a long time ago, you're going to court a lot more because it was a swearing match. Two people were saying different things. Nowadays, we're able, and not all the time, but we're able a lot of times to track down videos, to see what's going on, and you can actually see how the accident happened, and it, cuts the dispute away right away. Yeah. The other thing what we can do to help people, Mark, is we, depending on the seriousness of the cases, we often go to the accident scene if it's a more complex case. We talk to witnesses ourselves. We hire accident reconstruction experts to review the case and go over it. We hire economists. It all depends on the seriousness of the case. And then oftentimes, Mark, people are on Social Security. If it's an elderly person or if it's a younger one that got disabled some way and they're on Medicare. So if you have a more complex case where you have serious injuries, Medicare pays for the medical bills, and people don't realize is that they need to get paid back when the whole case is over. So that's what a lawyer does. He gets into and contacts the Social Security, finds out when Medicare pays, goes over the list of potential reimbursements, and a lot of times they have things that are not related on there. So a lawyer will go through that and figure out what's related to that accident and properly pay Medicare back so that, if a lot of times if clients do it by themselves, they don't realize Medicare paid. A year down the line, Medicare has contacted them to pay for some medicals that the client, received in a settlement and didn't properly reimburse them. Yeah. So that's, real important.
Yeah, and I can imagine, Mike, it's good to have an attorney to do all this legwork that's involved. And how much does it cost to hire an attorney?
Yeah, and what we do is what's called personal injury, and that's somebody that gets injured through no fault of their own. And what we do is we work on a contingency basis, and that's a contract that you have, a written contract that sets out all the terms ahead of time so that the client knows what they're getting into, knows what they're paying for. And what it is generally it's 33 1/3% of anything recovered. So I've worked on several cases, for years, and at the end of the day, we didn't recover, so the client didn't recover anything. Right. But it's typical. The contracts usually range from 33 1/3 to 40%. Oftentimes, we see a 40% contract, Mark. It is a more complicated case. If it's a Jones Act offshore case, if it's a medical malpractice case, and the reason is just the time and the fight that's involved, that's usually the justification to go to the 40% fees. But typically on an automobile accident case, it's typically 33 1/3, and there's plus expenses. So if we have to hire accident reconstruction experts, we have to take depositions, things of that sort, then that's something that's in addition to the percentage that comes out of the settlement. But it's no money up front for them, and it's simple, and we document everything, and that's what a lawyer's supposed to do, is document every expense that comes out of it, show them the breakdown of the settlement. But that's how it works, Mark. There's no upfront cost to get a lawyer.
Should one hire an attorney, after an accident?
And that's a good question. And this is what I tell everybody, Mark, is if it's a simple accident, and what I mean by simple, somebody hits you, not much damage to your car, you may have went to the doctor one time, I recommend you take care of that yourself if you want to. Now you have, because it's not that complicated. It's something that 99% of the people can do. But then sometimes people just don't want to do it, and I understand that too. Now, and the example I give is for instance, like people, cut your grass. It's nice. I like somebody, and I don't always do it because I cut my own grass, but every once in a while I get somebody to cut it. But you know what? It's pretty nice when I come home and the grass is
grass is mowed,
Somebody took care of it for me. They did everything right. They weed eated, they blew, and it's all taken care of. And it's a nice feeling. So some people just want that. They just, I don't want to hassle with it. Obviously, Mark, if it gets more complicated, or if they're denying the case, it's definitely worth calling a lawyer and let the lawyer determine if there's something he can help you with. If he cannot help you, he cannot help you. And that's what he should tell you. But if he can, that's the times when people should absolutely hire lawyers. And then, like I said, if people are treating longer, if they're having the same problem that's going on for months and months, then if you're up 9 or 10 months, you only have 1 year to file suit or settle your claim. So obviously, I'd strongly encourage people that if they're still treating, they're getting up there, getting close to that 1 year, don't wait to the last day, because you never know. The lawyers have to get the proper parties to make when they file suit, to sue them. So you want to wait, at least give the lawyer, 30 to 60 days advance so they can make sure everything's done properly. But that's when people definitely should get a lawyer, when they're still treating, they're still having problems, and you got to file suit or settle your claim within the 1 year. And that's what the lawyer can do, is to protect that person's, so his rights are protected.
Gotcha. Thank you. Mike, good discussion. Thanks for joining us today. Again, if somebody needs to get in touch with you real quick, best way?
Contact Nebula Beard and Arsenault. My name's Mike Koch. I've been here over 30 years. And I'd be happy to give somebody a hand, or simply just to talk to him and answer any questions they have.
Gotcha, Mike. I think I've known you for about 30 years, too.
I think you have, too, Mark. I think we have known each other that long.
All right.
You've been a great friend, Mark.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right.